in the past, we started off talking about poker, and that's what this episode is about. We're going to talk about the World Series of Poker, my experience there, and if you guys are looking to play at the World Series of Poker, some advice to you guys also. So let's kick it off again. We appreciate it. This is the Hat Show, episode 6. So you can see I'm wearing my Rotary hat. We're doing it reverse. This month, actually, end of June, is my last month of being president of the Plano East Rotary Club. We have a new incoming president. The installation for the new president is going to be on July 6th. So this year has gone quickly. I'm not able to do a lot of the projects I was hoping to do, but as a past president for Rotary, I'm looking to assist the incoming president on how to grow our club membership. So if you guys are interested in Rotary, follow us at the Plano East Rotary Club. And speaking of Rotary, also this coming 4th of July, at the they're gonna have the parade, which is sponsored by 6 other Rotary clubs in Plano. So look at that. It's the Rotary Parades of Plano.com. If you guys want to, registration's not closed, but if you guys want to join us, I'll be there. I might be driving a Humvee, so I might be on top of the Humvee, or if not driving it. So it's an actual military Humvee. It's called a hardback. If you guys are not familiar with Humvees, it's a tan Humvee. It's going to be at the parade. So again, this is my last year being a Rotary. I'm still going to be a Rotarian. My last year, as far as my last month, as far as being president of the Plano East. I'm still going to contribute to the community, do a lot of volunteer work, help out as far as anyone that needs assistance. So again, this is my Rotary hat. If you guys have any questions, you can follow my page on Facebook, or the Plano East Rotary Club on Facebook. And if you guys are a Rotarian, give me a thumbs up if you guys are watching this live, so I appreciate it. So let's switch hats. So as I talked about, I did get a haircut recently. Let's talk about our Marine hat. So as I mentioned, I'm a member also of the Marine Corps League of Collin County. I represent the league in a lot of the chamber events, networking events. We just got done with the Collin County Veterans Coalition. What's the news going on with the Marines is that we are going to award 3 scholarships here in Collin County, Texas, for a lucky recipient. So we have 3 scholarships. One covers if you're a family of a member of the club who's going to college and meets the criteria in regards to the GPA, the college, and everything else. We're going to be awarding that. And if you have a kid that's going to go to the Fire and Police Academy here at Collin College, there's a scholarship for that also. And then I forgot about the 3rd scholarship. So as I mentioned, the Marine Corps League is going to be participating at this next week's 4th of July parade at Plano. And look for me there. I'll be either on top of the Humvee, the tan Humvee, either driving it or working the turret. So if you guys are not familiar with a turret gun, there's not going to be a 50 cal there, but it's going to be just sitting on top of it. And the parade's going to go slow. I think it's like 5 to 10 miles per hour. There's going to be a float in the parade. So with that said, it's not going to be going too fast as to where, safety is always a concern. We're not going to be strapping anything else. So again, we're talking about hats. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about the episode. It's all about poker. We're doing this in reverse. We usually talk about slot play and poker. So we're getting things out of the way right now. We're going to talk about poker towards the end. So with that, we're going to switch hats and take a water right here. I know I'm talking a little bit too fast. So this show is, brought to you by Frito Nation. So if you guys are looking to do a podcast or thinking about as far as getting started with it, look up Frito Nation on Facebook. He is here in Allen and Plano. So if you guys want to know more about it, follow him. He's setting up this. As far as his experience, he used to work for ESPN. He's produced for ESPN. So I'm glad he's producing the show right here. So appreciate it. Let's put on, and again, I'm running a little bit behind because I'm not sure if you guys are aware, we had a hailstorm here in Allen back in May 19th. So it's been a while, past a month already. So I've been running around. I'm a solar guy, but I've been running around doing some roofs also, including my house got damaged. And today, if you guys are tuning in and you guys are locally, we're actually going to be at the hub today for our Hail Expo. Follow the page, Pronail Roofing and Solar. We are actually giving away, again, that's today, if you go there, a drone as our giveaway for our Hail Expo. It's going to be at the hub June 28th, Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you know anyone that has hail damage and they want us to inspect it, come on out. You're besides roofers, there's going to be an insurance, AC guy, window guy, and also the Allen Outreach, Allen Community Outreach is going to be there, and a dent repair. So if you guys have any questions at all in regards to hail damages, come on out to our Hail Expo. It's today, Wednesday, June 28th, at the hub from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. I know this podcast is probably going to be uploaded the next day, but if you guys are watching this live, share it with your friends that were damaged in hail, not just in Allen, but in Frisco or anywhere else. If they want to stop by there today, we're going to have a drone giveaway. Hopefully, if you guys have on the way to Grand Casino, good luck. I'm just reading some of the comments, and I appreciate you guys watching me on TikTok. You can follow me on TikTok at Tito Okane, or you can follow me on Facebook at the Hat Show, on YouTube at the Hat Show TX. As I mentioned, you could also download the podcast at the Apple Store or Spotify. There you go. I keep missing that Spotify. So with that said, let's switch hats. It's a quick turnaround. I kind of did it in reverse because we're going to talk about poker. So I was in Vegas about a week and a half ago playing in the World Series of Poker. So for those of you guys who are new, I wear always this hat. Some people recognize me from the hat as soon as I walk in at Choctaw or other casinos here in the Oklahoma area. And this hat is actually, it's Japangelis. It's a boutique shop in Los Angeles. It's what's called a Neko cat. So it's a lucky cat for a lot of the Asian that wish them good luck, always rubs on it or anything like that. So the episode is all about the World Series of Poker. So let's talk about it. The World Series event is going on right now. The main event starts in July 3rd. World Series started May 30th. It goes all the way to July 18th. A lot of the events are actually, the buy-in is anywhere from $600 to the main event is $10,000. Actually, take that back. The highest buy-in is $250,000, $250,000. And you could visit the WSOP.com for the schedule. I'm looking to go out there again. Let's talk about, before I talk about my next event, let's talk about what happened with my play at World Series. So I played in the one of the biggest World Series events this past week or last week with over 21,000 participants. Again, let's put that into perspective. 21,000 players that you're competing with to win the bracelet. I think the winner of that event took in roughly about $2.5 million. The buy-in was about $300, and it's a multiple rebuy. And so with that said, my rule is once I bust out, I generally don't rebuy. If it's not my day, it's not my day. I'm not going to try to chase it or anything else. I'll go in and play another tournament, which I did. And the other tournament that I bought in is $1,500. There's 8,000 players in that one. And so I just want to break down the play, the experience, and everything else. This is not my first time playing in the World Series. My best finish in the World Series is 42nd out of 3,000 players. So I did cash in. Generally, the top 10% gets paid. So at that rate, the top 300 players, it's called the bubble. 301 is the bubble right there. 300 players gets cashed in. So sometimes you get close to, actually, no, you do get your money back, if not a little bit more than that. And then the higher you go, if you're in the top 5%, the bigger the payout is. And most of the time, the way you want to look at the tournament, so depending on the amount of player there is, the first place takes about 30% of the take home money, or the first place winner takes 30% of the pot. So that's why I play a lot of these smaller tournaments, because it builds it up from there. Now, the $1,500 buy-in, as I mentioned, depending on the number of players there was, the bigger the pot is. And same thing, it doesn't really matter as far as where you finish, as long as if you finish in the top 10%, you get paid. That's how the poker rules is. So if you guys have never played in the World Series, I suggest at least try going out there and playing it once. Before I played in the World Series, I've actually won a lot of tournaments in Vegas, in LA. Um, I've won a tournament in Aria. I won a tournament in Caesars, the Venetian, South Point, pretty much most of the casinos in Las Vegas and Los Angeles. I've won, including the Hustler Casino in LA. So back then, I didn't want to play in the World Series because I look at the field and it's so big and it's so massive. 3,000 to 6,000, as I mentioned, 21,000 players. I spoke to one of the poker pros, and he said, "Yeah, I understand you look at it in a bigger picture, but what you gotta look at is the 9 players or the 8 players in front of you. You just gotta keep outlasting them until you're at the bubble. Again, you're at 10%. So once I put that in my head that I'm not playing the field, I'm not playing the 8,000 player, I'm not playing the 21,000 player, I'm playing the 8 players in front of me. I started playing in the World Series, and my second year that I played there, as I mentioned, I finished 42nd, and ever since then I've been trying to chase the bracelet. So if I bust out in the World Series, I'll go out and play in the smaller series, and that's where I've won a lot of the other tournaments. Last year I won the Aria tournament during the World Series poker. Lately, a lot of the other casinos in Vegas are hosting their own tournaments. What's great is the payout is the same thing, anywhere from $10,000 to $60,000, like the Venetian, the MGM, Aria. So the Aria has a $300 buy-in. The guarantee on it is 100,000. So 100,000 guarantee. The winner takes home 30% of that. So $30,000 for a 6 to 8 hour grind. And this is what I was trying to explain to a lot of people who are not poker players. Yes, it is a grind, but if and when you win it, it is someone's paycheck, yearly paycheck. So if you can grind for 6, 8, 12 hours, let's go back to the World Series. The World Series of Poker on some event is 3 days. So yes, it's a work. It's a mental work that, in my point, last time I got moved around a lot, so I have to read the players again, read the table again. So it is exhausting. But if you play in these smaller tournaments, their buy-in is 300,000, and they'll guarantee the win of the 100,000 or $200, and they'll guarantee the win at 100,000. And again, the winner, takes home $30,000 of that. So as I mentioned, I won some of those tournaments in the past, and you win one, depending on your expenditure, you could be sitting pretty and just traveling or paying your bills for the rest of the year. And that's why most of the time when I win a jackpot in Vegas, I play more on the tournament, because if I lose the tournament, all I lose is the buy-in. and sometimes the buy-in is $150 or $200. For those of you guys that follow me or know me, yes, I do play higher limit slots, like $25 to $100 slot. But as I mentioned, once I win, I walk away, and then if I'm in Vegas, I'll play a lot more of the tournaments than keep playing slot machines, just because it is a 6 to 8 hour gamble, and if it carries on to the next day, you play another 6 to 8 hours. That if you lose from there, it's yeah, you just lose a $200 or $300 buy-in. Hey man, how's it going? Pretty good. Appreciate it. Thanks. And again, you guys can follow me on TikTok. It's Tito Okane, Titookane. You guys can comment there, or you can also follow me on YouTube at the Hat Show TX, or on Facebook. My Facebook page is the Hat Show. So if you guys are joining us, the episode's about the World Series of Poker. We're just breaking down the World Series of Poker, and that's why during this month and next month I go out to Vegas and try to win the bracelet, if not try to win some of the smaller tournaments. My last trip out there a week and a half ago, I did poorly. I didn't do great. I lasted for about 6 hours of the World Series, but again, the top payout, I would have to last at least a day and a half to play in the tournament. But I did play in the lower tournaments, and still didn't do pretty well. Usually when I'm in Vegas, I'll lose in slots and I'll win at poker. But this last trip, I actually did the reverse. I lost at poker. My buy-in was $400, $1,500, and $700. I think I was close to down to almost $4,000. And from there, I'm down $3,500. I only had $400 left and a $200 free play from the Venetian. That I actually turned it around playing $1 slots, putting in $100 in the slot machine, doubling it up, walking away, and doing that throughout the night. Even my wife was watching me live on the Hat Show. And for those of you that watch I was playing, what is that, Plants vs Zombie slot machine. Same thing. I had $100. I won $125. I got up. And if you guys are new to the page, I encourage people most of the time to, once you win, walk away. And that's why the episode's more about poker. That's what I do is once I win the jackpot, or once I win the amount that I want to win, I'll play a lot more poker. And someone had commented on my page to talk about as far as what my experience with in poker and why I play poker more than I'll play slots, but when I'm in Vegas, I spend more time playing poker. So in a couple weeks, I'll be in Vegas again, playing at the World Series event, if not some of the smaller cash games or some of the smaller tournaments in Vegas. The Venetian and the Aria are having tournament runs too, and same thing with that. If you win that event, it's anywhere from $60,000 to $200,000. There's actually a million maker event that's coming up. The buy-in on that, I think, is $5,000, and the pool gets big for the amount of player, but winner guaranteed to be a millionaire. And I'm sure, with a cool million, you could probably retire from there and run some more other businesses. So that's what I do a lot of when I'm in Vegas. I tend to play poker more. I tend to play more tournament. I have played in cash games. When I play in a cash game, I play in a 5-10 no limit, which the buy-in is about $1,000, and that's the low end of the buy-in. Most of the time, I'm just looking to double, and if not, triple up. At Bellagio, there's a 5-10 and 25-50. On the 25-50, you would need a $5,000 buy-in. Same thing, when you walk into these cash game, you gotta have a goal, whether it's doubling up or whether you just want to win $3,000. You gotta put that into perspective as far as what you're trying to earn, what your hourly income is, and again, $3,000 is someone's salary or someone's paycheck for the month. If you can earn that in one day, it's great. And then for the rest of the time, I enjoyed my stay, and I did get comped at New York for 4 days, and the Venetian for 3 days. This time around, my next trip, I'm getting comped again 4 days at the Venetian this time, and 3 days at Aria. And again, that's through the my status. As I mentioned, I do play slots. When I play slots, I play higher limit slots, and so it's a gamble for the casino to give me those free room, hoping that I'll turn it around. For those of you guys that follow the page, I advise you guys, walk away. I have what's called my 30-40-30 rule. If you want to keep playing, gamble your 30% of your win, buy something for 40% of your win, and put the other 30% in taxes. So yeah, I just wanted to cover that at the Hatch Show. This is episode 6. We kind of did it on reverse. We talked about Rotary, we talked about the Marine, and we talked about the Solar. The next episode is going to be episode 7. More likely, I'll probably be in Vegas and or LA. I'm taking a trip out there. So same thing. I just wanted to touch base on that. I've got a couple of comments on my page that people want to learn about the poker game that I do on $25. How many pulls before you walk? One of the questions is on the $25 machine, how many pulls before you walk? Actually, so at $25, my play or the cash that I bring in is anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000. So when we're talking about pools, and I play a single credit versus 3 credits. On a single credit, I would play roughly about $400 before I see where the machine is. And again, it's all luck, but what I try to do is if it's paying out every one out of 4, 1 out of 5, and again, you're losing $100 to $125 before you think you might win a jackpot, or I think before I might win a jackpot. That's what I try to do is I'll play about $400 to $500 and see where the machine is. If it's cold, if it's not paying out in the first 8 to 12 pulls, I get up and walk away and play another machine. Great job. Someone said they finished 8th place at Choctaw. So hopefully that helps as far as what you do. How do you know machine will win regarding the bingo pattern? Same thing, the bingo pattern. For those of you guys in Vegas, there's no VGT machines there. It's called the red screen VGT machine. They do play what's called a bingo pattern, and I read a lot of the bingo pattern. Same thing, it is luck, but for some reason I'm able to read some of them in regards to the pattern of the machine. On the patterns itself, if I'm seeing this past Sunday, I went there, someone had left the machine at a bar, which is a private pattern on some of the machines that I played at, and I played the machine. On my third pool, on a free play, on my third pool, I got the bar again. I'm up $300. I walked away up $360. I was good for that day. Actually, I didn't want to play more just because not a lot of people are getting paid out. But yes, I will pay attention to what the person left the bingo card at. If the bingo card is not filled, that means, it wasn't paying attention. But with me, I have certain machines that I play most of the time that I'm familiar with the bingo pattern. So hopefully that, again, it's all luck. But for those guys that watch the videos, I do read the bingo patterns a lot more, because the bingo patterns will tell you what's going to land before the last reel comes out. And I could say, and this is the other thing that I do. If I'm calling it and it's landing, it will probably pay out. If I'm calling the pattern and it's not showing up, it's most likely not going to show up. Case in point, when I say, oh, cherry, and the cherry shows up, or a mixed bar shows up, I keep going. I keep going past the $400 allotment that I have, and several times it's paid off. Now, when it's not showing up, and I say cherry and it doesn't show up, or mixed bar it doesn't show up, I walk away. I don't even try to chase from there. Headed to Durant on the 23rd, 28th, going to be a short trip. Play $10. Good luck. That's Mr. Green. I appreciate you guys following the page. So same thing. Feel comfortable with what the denomination that you want to play. One of the comments that I had for Vegas is that I would never walk away with $400 on the first offer for a top dollar. So if you guys are familiar with top dollar, you have 4 offers. Obviously, if you don't take the first offer, you don't get it back. Sometimes you'll get a bigger offer. Sometimes you get a lesser offer. This is my rule, and for me, I play what's called an 80 credit. Whether I'm playing $1, $10, $5, $25. 25 times 80 is $2,000. And so when I was playing a $5 machine, the first credit I got was $400, which is 80 credits. And I told the guy that, you know what, I took the offer. Even though it's the first offer, I don't know if it would have been more or less, but I took the guaranteed money. And I've gone before playing top dollar where it gave me $20 offer on a $5 machine. So I'd rather take the guaranteed money versus the one that is, again, could have been more, but it could be less. What's the brother need to meet up? Go WinStar. Yeah, looking forward to it. I will be. I'll let you guys know when I go to WinStar. Follow. I do a lot more now on Facebook page because they don't allow live streaming on TikTok for gambling. So I do go live on my page at the Hat Show, and sometimes I'll go live on my YouTube page. But I tend to have more control on as far as comment and everything else on Facebook. So follow my Facebook page. It's called the Hat Show. And if you guys missed the episode that's mentioned, you can download it at Apple Store or at Spotify. So that's the end of the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is episode 6. All we talked about is poker. Next episode, I'll see what a lot of the questions I get. I'll talk more about it. This is episode 6 of 12. Thanks to Mark Friedman and the free donation for doing my podcast. There's other ways that you guys can follow me on social media. I just talked about it. The Hat Show is all about the hat that I wear in the community. I kind of did it in reverse. Kind of put my gambling hat last, just because I wanted to get rid of all the things quickly, and I tend to talk more about poker and slots, and I think that's where a lot of my audience generally wanted to learn more about. So hit that like, hit that follow. I appreciate you guys following me. Again, you guys can follow me on TikTok, Tito Okani. You can follow me on Facebook at The Hat Show, or you can follow me on YouTube at The Hat Show TX. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys joining me live. Good luck. Simplify. Hoorah.
Getting efficient.